Welcome back to Beyond the Game, and we're kicking off a slow week here at Capers Athletics. We were snowed out last week, postponed one day, going up to St. FX, and ended up playing on Thursday instead of Wednesday. And then the home game on Saturday night totally washed out, rescheduled for Tuesday, January 26th here at the Sullivan Fieldhouse. No games this weekend, lots of time on their hands, so we pulled in fourth-year guard, seasoned veteran, great student athlete, Jaylin Skier from Halifax. Thanks for joining us, Jaylin.
Oh, anytime.
Ooh, that's kind of a quiet start to things here. She was after me just before we started for no water, no coffee, no tea, and the amount of Skittles she's taken out of my office over the last 4 years more than compensate for the water. She's a little Skittles monster, I think, aren't you? Is that your candy of choice?
Oh, definitely.
Which ones?
They don't make my favorite kind anymore. Actually, every time I go to the store, I'm looking for the orange. You ever hear the orange Crazy Cores?
I don't think I saw those.
No, they're the best kind. You suck on them, and then the inside they're another color, like another flavor.
And that's a Skittle, or it was a Skittle.
It was a Skittle, but I think they recalled them because I can't find them anywhere.
Oh, that's tragic.
So keep an eye out.
Yeah, if we got anyone on the hunt for Skittles, send them down. Jaylin, as we mentioned, it's your fourth year here in Cape Breton, all the way from Halifax. It was a short trip for you, but you're really one of the few players who have come to us from Halifax in the basketball over the last number of years. What brought you to the Capers?
You
remember that far back?
It's a long ways. I would say just when Fabe was recruiting me, he talked a lot about like what he thought of the program, and like I kind of got the idea that like even if we weren't going to be like the top team coming right out of the gates in my first year, that he always had like in mind national championship, going to nationals, AUS championships, and it wasn't really the vibe I got from like a lot of the other schools that I was talking to as well. Like, of course they did a great job recruiting and everything, but I really got that vibe from Fabe that he was just really focused on winning and had that like big outlook on things that I really liked.
Big picture.
Yeah.
Definitely the big picture.
Yeah.
And really that's what the program's been built on since Fabe took it over, and from those lean years all the way up to a string of championships.
Yeah.
Really close-knit group. It's always been that way. Family first kind of mentality on that women's basketball team. You guys are really tight too.
Yeah.
I've seen that over the last couple of years, because you haven't lost a player, I don't think, in 2 years in terms of graduation. I mean, that core has been together for at least 3 years now.
Yeah.
It makes it easier, I imagine.
Yeah, I know it does. I know, like right now it's me, Tasha, and Colleen that have been here since my first year.
Fours, yeah.
And we've grown to be like really tight, not just off the floor. I think right away, like in our first year, we were really close, just because we were the rookies and that. But over the years, I find we've gotten closer on the basketball court as well. And it's just I really like the idea of like having someone that we started off with and then finishing off with them as well. And I know Fabe said that to us when in our first year, like he was talking about how like we're gonna be the five that are gonna start and finish. Although it didn't end up being the five, we still got three.
You still got three, and I think number 4 is still on campus, and we still see her around, and 5 has moved along on to different ventures and doing well from what I can tell too.
Yeah.
Your stature is somewhat different for a basketball player, even in the girls' game.
Yeah.
You're topping out at what are we going? 5'2", 5'3"?
5'3".
5'3".
5'3" and some.
I was shorting you an inch there. I think I have you 5'4" on the program, so I make up for it there. No, really. I mean, even in the women's game, that's a little smaller. Has that been a difficult, thing to overcome? I guess. I mean, especially at the university level.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really find it that difficult now, I guess, just because my whole life when I was playing, my dad was a big stressor on it. He would always tell me that I had to work like twice as hard or 3 times as hard as every other player my age because of my height. So I had to learn to do different things better than what they could do. So I think because of all that, now I don't even really, I mean, it sucks being small sometimes, I guess, but I don't really find it as a thing that I have to overcome at this point in my career.
No, you've made those adjustments.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly, you can sneak into some places some of the
Yeah.
bigger people
Yeah.
can't. And as a point guard or as a guard on this team, I mean, your ball control skills, I mean, you've had good numbers over the years. The last couple of years, your scoring's gone up, especially this year. You're almost about 10 points a game, I think, this year. That's become more of a role, more of a catch and shoot, especially threes.
Yeah.
Always been part of your game, even from high school?
No.
No?
No.
You're just the shooter now?
Yeah, I honestly, I wasn't, in high school, I wasn't a shooter. It was pretty, not pretty bad. Like, I loved the way I played when I was in high school. I was more of like a distributor. I loved playing in transition. Like, that was always my time to kind of distribute the ball around because, as you said, I'm small, so I hated taking layups. I hate them. But now I find I'm still working on it. I'm still getting used to being in the role of like the scorer or one of the main scorers from the guard's perspective. But I think I've come a long way in it, and I'm hoping to still improve, especially this year.
Is that something Fabe brought to you like your first year, or is that just the last couple of years? He said, "Look, I want you to shoot more."
I'd say the last couple of years,
Okay.
especially the last two. The last 2 years, he's really been on me about how he needs me to step up and score a lot more, and that's why you probably notice now that Val is like a lot more of the point guard, I guess.
The distributor, yep.
Yeah.
No, it's funny I just asked because it seems we have that trend at CBU no matter what the female
Yeah.
sport apparently is. We talked our very first episode on this. Carolyn Blaine came in until she was a midfielder.
Oh, I didn't know
And she
that.
distributed until she got here, and
Yeah, I
said, I
didn't know
want you to
that.
go score, and now
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
sets
one of the
records,
best
right?
scores, yeah.
One of the best scorers in the history of soccer, the CIS, which is kind of funny. Academically, you've been a great student, science student. I know that's no easy task.
Oh yeah, no.
We're talking chinchillas and what else? Crawfish and different things, or crayfish, I guess, whatever.
I don't know. I saw an albino frog today.
An albino frog. So
Yeah,
that's
that's fun.
she's getting all that stuff.
Yeah.
Done. How's the transition in school was with academics and athletics? I mean, has it been a tough balance at times? I mean, your marks are great. I mean, you've done well.
I'd say it was definitely a pretty hard transition, especially my first year. It was I had I think like weekly meetings that Faye would like make me come and kind of balance out
Remind me to lock that door there, producer, before the next session. Sorry.
to kind of balance out my my time management. So I had to work on managing when I was going to shoot and practice and study for certain tests and all that stuff. Like I worked a lot on my time management skills because, as we know, I'm kind of I can be absent-minded.
Can be occasionally. That was two of your teammates too
yeah,
that broke in,
yeah, I
wasn't it?
know.
Yeah, okay. I thought they all had class. They didn't have time to come tape, but now they're all coming in when we're doing it. So I mean, school's been a transition, but I
Yeah.
mean, as a fourth-year, student athlete, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you found that perfect
Yeah,
mix.
yeah, and now, I think now I've done a pretty good job of getting a handle on things, and I feel like I'm doing pretty good with my management and stuff. So yeah.
Certainly, the marks show success.
Yeah.
Last week, just the one game, big win over arch rival, St.
Yeah,
FX.
yeah.
Really closed out hard in the
Yeah,
fourth quarter,
yeah,
which
it
has
was
been
good.
something that you guys struggled with so
Yeah.
far this year. The fourth's been kind of a up and down area. Looking forward to getting them back here next Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that things are sort of clicking. It seems like I know since the break, the whole team has gotten together and we've really been focusing on trying to hold each other accountable for shooting and things that go on in practice. Just really trying to hold each other accountable for all those areas. And I don't know. I think the first game back, it was kind of rough. It sucked to come back with that mindset and then lose. But I think the X game was really good for us. The strong finish, and I think now we've got things going, we've got things rolling, and hopefully if we don't take any steps backward and keep going forward, that it should play out in our favor. I'm hoping. But,
And it all comes down to that one
Yeah.
weekend too,
Yeah, exactly.
in 5 weeks time in March. Jalen, you're a tough one too for me because I've known you for 4
Mm-hmm.
years, and you're a frequent visitor to my office searching for Skittles or candy or whatever you can find. But what's something I don't know about you, or what's something that everybody, you know, would kind of catch you by surprise? You got any secret things that you kind of keep away?
Secret thing. Dropping that on me, jeez.
You knew it was coming.
I know.
Everyone at CBU knows it's coming.
I mean, I guess some people, I guess, would know about me, but I don't know, I'm a big traditions person, I guess. I like to, things that I've done in the past, I'm really big on, like, doing them again.
You're superstitious, are you?
I wouldn't really call it superstitious, I'd call it a tradition.
It's called a tradition. What are we talking, like pre-game stuff?
Like, if we're talking pre-game stuff, before every game, I shower, I wash my hair, and I shave. So if we have like 2 games or 3 games in a row, I could be shaving 3 days in a row, which I know is
That's harsh on the skin.
Yeah, I know it is, and everybody tells me that, but it's a tradition, not a superstition. A tradition.
Well, that's kind of just sanitary.
Yeah. Well.
Like, do you got to eat the same meal, or do you sit in the same spot? Well, obviously you sit in the same spot in the locker room.
Yeah,
do you tie your right shoe first or your left shoe
No,
first?
it's just that thing. I know a lot of people are like, "Why you're shaving again? What? You just shaved yesterday."
Yeah, that'd be
like,
harsh.
And I'm like, I know, but I've been doing it since I was in like high school. So I mean, I guess my skin is probably rough, but.
and I would kind of think that prior to playing the game, you wouldn't necessarily need to
Yeah.
shower and fix your
Yeah.
hair and all that
No.
because you're going to go get sweaty and working hard and all that.
But no, it's something I do.
Well, we'll take that and put it in the bank. The cleanest athlete on the Capers women's basketball team, Jaylin Skeeter. Jaylin, thanks for coming by and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Join us next time on Beyond the Game.